I don't know how long I've got here. I don't know if this message will even get out, but people need to know. It started with that damn arcade game, a broken machine shoved in the darkest corner. Barely noticeable, but it noticed me. I should have taken it as a warning. All those games clanging and beeping, but this one, silent. It just watched. I thought, cool, a challenge. So, I slipped in a quarter and waited. That's when I felt it. The place went still, just me. And that game, I couldn't stop playing. The maze kept twisting, spiraling into itself. And those shadows, they got closer every time I turned a corner. At first, they looked like pixels, glitches, until I noticed details: eyes, mouths, and the faintest whispers crawling out of the speakers, calling my name. They wanted something. They needed scores, a high score to escape. But every time I tried to stop, something pulled me back. The joystick, it gripped my hand like it had a mind of its own. It felt like it was feeding on me, my energy, my thoughts, my memories. Friends told me I was disappearing, that my eyes looked hollow, but I couldn't stop. Every time I left, the shadows followed me, showing up in reflections, lurking at the edge of my vision. Last night, one of them, it was in my room, so I came back here, hoping to beat it once and for all. But it's never ending. For every level I pass, the shadows get clearer. They look more like people I swore I know, and now, I can't tell if I'm on this side of the screen, or theirs. If you're watching this, I hope it's not too late. I got a job here last month, closing shifts mostly. The pay was bad, but the job was quiet. But there's this game. Not a machine. No, it's a claw machine. They call it the prize vault. You know, where you pull that claw to grab some toy, except the toys aren't toys. At first, I thought it was just the usual junk stuffed animals, cheap trinkets. But one night, I was closing up, and the machine lit up, on its own. Inside, I saw things that didn't belong there, things from my past. An old watch my dad used to wear, my childhood keychain, even a photograph of my family from before they disappeared. Every night, the prices inside the machine changed. Little fragments from my life and from others. Things I knew I'd lost. It was as if the machine remembered. One night, I worked up the nerve to play. I thought, maybe if I grabbed something, I could get my memories back. Maybe I could even, I don't know, save them. But each time I pulled out a prize, it took something from me. Memories started slipping away, who I was, who I loved. It's like the machine was feeding off my past. Then, I realized something horrifying. Those tokens, they're people. I started recognizing names, some of them missing persons. It was using pieces of their lives, trapping them inside. And now, I think I'm next. The other night, I saw my own reflection inside the machine. The claw reached out, and for a split second, I swear I saw my own hand trying to grab me. If you ever find yourself here, stay away from the prize vault. It takes, and it takes, and it never lets go. But if it ever shows you something you've lost, run. Because the next time, it'll be something you can't afford to lose.
I don't even know why I'm here, talking to you, but I can't sleep. I can't eat. I just keep seeing it. You see, it's not like the other games. It's not even plugged in half the time. But somehow, it's aware. They say it only works if it wants to, like it has a mind of its own. And once you start playing, it plays you right back. It didn't have a normal coin slot. Instead, there was this small drawer. When I opened it, I felt this chill go through me. It said, insert a memory. I didn't understand, but I was curious. So, I placed my school ID in the slot. It sucked it right in, and the screen lit up with my name, my full name, like it knew everything about me. I thought it was just a weird gimmick, you know, like a haunted house trick. But as I played, it started showing me things. Things no one else should know. Like the way my room looks at night, down to the posters on my walls, even the clothes on the floor. And then, it started showing people. Friends I haven't seen in years, old teachers, neighbors, and all of them just staring at me, like they were waiting. It got worse. Every time I looked away, the screen showed more. Friends, family, even strangers I'd pass on the street. Like the game could see them through my eyes. It was building a list of people I'd forgotten. But the worst part is what it showed me next. My own face, staring back at me. But it wasn't me. It was like someone else was using my face. And the longer I looked, the more I felt it, pulling at me, like it was pulling me into the game. I tried to turn it off, but it wouldn't stop. And that's when I saw the last level, a level with no end. I couldn't look away. It was like I was being dragged down that endless path, step by step. Every phase that I saw along the way, they weren't just people I'd met. There were people I forgot, like my old neighbor, or a kid from kindergarten I never thought about again. It felt like it was punishing me for forgetting them, like it was collecting pieces of my life, trapping them in there. The joystick wouldn't budge. I felt my own memories slipping away, things I thought I'd remember forever. My friends' faces, my favorite songs, my first pet, all just slipping into the screen, one by one. And the more it took, the harder it got to pull away. I ran out of there, but even now, it's like it's still watching. Every mirror, every reflection, I see that game, watching me back, like it's waiting for me to come back, to finish that final level. Because if I don't, I think it's going to come for me. If you ever find an arcade with an old machine called Eyes of the Watcher, don't play it. It remembers you, and it never forgets.